All right, guys, thank you so much for jumping on this team training. We are going to get straight into it in how we're going to effectively launch our businesses. It doesn't matter if you're someone that's been in this business for, oh, there's Dana. Yeah, it doesn't matter if anyone's been in this business for a long time. You may be someone who's looking at relaunching your business, or you may be someone who's really new, and I welcome you to the team. We're very excited to have you, and I can't wait to get to know you more. And yeah, let's get into it so we can show you how we effectively launch our businesses. So if anyone needs to stop me at any stage or ask questions, put it in the comments. Hopefully you can't hear my kids screaming at each other out there right now. And yeah, let me know. I can always stop. I want this to be interactive if you do. So I'd prefer you guys to talk to me if needed, just because there is a lot to share. I just need to hit play on this. And my computer's slow because it's really full of files right now. So I need to clean it out. All right. So for those that don't know me or that don't know me very well, I'm from the Sunshine Coast. I'm a Pro 6 in the company. I've been with the company for 6 years now. Lover of all those things you can see on the screen there. I love my F words, as everyone knows. And I used to work in coal mining, which is, you know, something that happened many years ago before kids, but I put it up here because it's where my health problems started. It's also where I realized I didn't want to go back to 9 to 5 work because mining is shift work. And I realized there's this other world out there where you can make really good money doing, you know, shift work or different hours that isn't the 9 to 5. And so I still like to talk about that industry that I was in for 5 years, because it was a big pivotal change in my life in learning, you know, that you can do different things out there to make some good money, to do something that's not the 9 to 5 grind, because I've never been one of those people or never wanted to be one of those people. And then when we had our little girls, myself and Tim, you can see on the screen there, when we had our little girls, I said to myself, I never wanted to go back to that industry or 9 to 5. So I knew what I didn't want, and I was looking for what I did want, which was anything in health and wellness. And I'm someone who's a really passionate person with things for health and wellness, for socializing, for getting people together, for community. All of those things really do light me up a lot. And so, you know, you can see here also that I love traveling. We love to do family things. We're always out and about doing different fun things together, and we try to be as living the best life as we possibly can in this day and age, especially with this craziness going on. But this is why we create jobs like this, right? So we can do them from home. And so guys, let's get into some of the training. Before we do, if you don't know the Global Biohackers mission statement, I wanted to reiterate it to you guys, just so that you know who we are and where we're at as a team. We are the Global Biohackers, which you are a part of. And together we enhance the lives of our global community by optimizing health with nutrigenomics, creating a culture of support, integrity, and trust, and building an impactful legacy for generations to come. Now, our values are that the culture of this community is one of support, unity, inspiration, celebration, understanding, and love. And if you're not getting that within the team, please tell us, because I'm someone who loves critical criticism so I can make things better for us all. And if we're not, you know, if we're not supporting each other, or if we're feeling isolated in any way, or not like things are going the way that we thought they were, please come and talk to me or anyone else, because we squash that stuff very quickly. We don't have problems in our team, and it's because we have these values behind us that we really stand behind, and a lot of integrity. So here's I would like you to take a screenshot of this if you need to, or write them down if you're new. This is all of our team groups that we use on a daily basis. And the one that you've probably heard of or seen the most is the Global Biohackers community. That's where you add your prospective customers, or your people that are looking at products, into the Global Biohackers community. That's our success stories group. We do lots of different events and little challenges and incentives in there as well, so people can win prizes. You'll see that our GB team, that's our one that's for our distributors. So once you become a distributor, that's where you go into that group, and that group has all of our incentives, our promotions, anything that corporate let us know about. A few of us have been on the Leadership Council, and we put some of that stuff in there when we need to as well. And then we have one called the Global Biohackers Business. So some people get this mixed up a little bit with the team one, but just because it's got the words business in it. But this one is just for people looking at the business, or people that have shown an interest in wanting to learn how to earn an income, but they're not quite off the fence or over the line yet. They're not someone who's signed up yet. So if they're, if they're looking at the business, they seem intrigued or curious, but they just want to learn a bit more information, put them into that Global Biohackers Business group, because that's where they're going to get a lot of information that can help them understand why this business could be good for them. And then obviously when they become a distributor, you can put them into the distributor group, the GB team group. Now, the Australian New Zealand events group here, you can see on the screen, we have these worldwide. So there's one for Canada, there's one for the USA, there's an Australian New Zealand one, as you can see. And these are where corporate put in their events, any meetings that are happening, our leadership, big events that happen, global convention, those sorts of things all go into that group there. Anything that comes from corporate that they need to announce will go into that group there. And then we usually put it across into our team as well. We have reoccurring events that happen on a weekly basis, and then we have other ones that just pop up as they come up as well. But the one that you want to know the most is our Tuesday training call at 8 p.m. every week, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Now, that call is where we do team training, we do celebrations and announcements for our team. And this is a place, a safe place, where you can come and talk to us if you're struggling and you want to, learn something different, or you need help with something and you've got some ideas from whoever sponsored you, but you'd like some different ideas. You can put that to us on the training call as well, and we can have a little conversation around that at the end of those training calls if that's needed, if you're someone that wants to talk about that stuff on there. But the training calls are based on some sort of training, they're based on our announcements, and they're based on us getting together to plug in each week, which is a really big, important aspect of this business. When you're starting out, you need to commit yourself to plugging into something every single week. And I always say, plug into the training call, plug into something that's personal development, and then plug into something that's teaching you about these products and this industry if you don't know the industry. There's also a Tuesday call at 11 a.m. with Maria Williams. If you don't know Maria, she's our upline in America that supports us. And she does this call for her Pro 4 and above people. So it is a really good idea to get to Pro 4, because you get that extra training, the extra support, and all of the extra fundamentals needed for this business from her and her team, that are the bigger picture of what we do here in Australia. And then Maria's got many, many other USA Zooms that we can jump on. So some of those are on our time zone. So they might be 8 p.m. for them, which is 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. for us. And those ones are really good to plug into as well, because they are coming from our leaders in America. And a lot of them, I think, are people like doctors or physiotherapists, or, people in the science world, and people that are very credible, influential people that are on her calls. And we can be plugging our people into those and learning from those ourselves. So screenshot this if you need to. This is our Zoom that we use every single week for our Team Tuesday catch-up. These are the times we always have it. When it's Australian Eastern Daylight Time, when that comes around, we may change it back to 7:30, just so that our southern states of Australia can jump on those ones at a decent time, and our New Zealand people as well, because they do get quite late for the New Zealanders when the time zone changes because of that 3-hour time change. These are our promotions that we have going at the moment. Now, Jill announced to everyone that we have our growth getaway happening at 1770 Agnes Waters at the end of the year in November. If you didn't hear that training, please let us know and we can show you where that is. But that training, she went through, how you qualify for this and this growth getaway and what the requirements are. The You Got This Club, remember, that's our one where if you enroll 2 people with 100 PV, you're in the You Got This Club, or sometimes we call it the Performance Club. That's the one that's run by Maria Williams. And if you've been in that club before, you'll know what I'm talking about, because you get a card from Maria to congratulate you on being in that club. And that, guys, should be your minimum. So 2 enrollments with 100 PV should be your absolute minimum every single month when you're, doing this business on a monthly basis. That should be your minimum, like very lowest requirement. And the reason for that is we want to have in our minds and our mindset that enrolling 2 people with 100 PV is basically setting up our month correctly in a way where, you know, we've always got in our heads, okay, every month I've got to get 2, at least 2. And so that mindset can really start to create this habitual process that you're creating for yourself to really understand that the business doesn't work unless you do, and that you know, you won't see those residual paychecks coming through unless you're doing these constant enrollments of people. And it also attaches itself to our some other bonuses that we have once you get to a Pro 3 level and above. We also have, you can see here on the screen, our PV club. And that's something as well, if you're reaching that club on a 200 PV, 500 PV, 1000 PV, 1500 PV or 2000 PV and beyond, like Carla, then we want you to be rewarded for that as well. And so you will receive prizes and recognition and all sorts of things for that PV club, which is the second one you can see on the screen there. And I'm not going to go through all these, you know, in depth with you, because you can find out the information from that in our GB team group. The getaway I just spoke about, our 5 for 500 pool is what most of us try and go for on a monthly basis. Most of us have a minimum of trying to hit the 5 for 500 PV, not the 2 enrollments 100 PV. So when you're new, obviously that's, you know, sometimes that can be a big stretch. For some people that's easier, because depending on how many family and friends they're talking to, they may be able to enroll 10, 15 people in a month. And, you know, they're dipping in the pool many times over and over again until they run out of their people and then need to start looking elsewhere. But the 5 for 500 pool gives you added bonuses, added revenue pool bonuses. So, you know, around $150, $200 Australian you get as an extra bonus if you hit that 5 for 500 pool. The minimum requirement for that is if you enroll 1 person, it's got to be 40 PV as their minimum. So for every 5 people that you enroll, the minimum of each person has to be 40 PV. But obviously if you were looking at, you know, enrolling a gold pack and then everyone else is a 40 PV, that's how most people would do it that way. Or some people might do it that they're enrolling 2 or 3 people on an activated essentials and then some people on the 40 PV, which is 1 bottle of Pro Tandem. The other thing there is our Flip the Switch promotion, which is happening right now until October. And you can earn 3 different ways with this: by reaching a rank, by maintaining a rank, and then by mentoring your people to hit ranks as well. So again, I'm not going to go through all of that information, but that's our Flip the Switch promotion that's running at the moment. So here I just wanted to explain to you some of our expectations, and setting up proper expectations from the start is something that I was always taught is one of the key foundations to helping our business get off the ground correctly. So I don't know if you want to take a screenshot of this or write it down. You may have already been trained on this stuff, so I'm just reiterating what you've been trained on. Minimum 40 PV is what we always encourage our people to come in on, because that's what will give you your full commissions. By you having a 40 PV enrollment for yourself every single month as a product enrollment, and then, you know, the rest of your PV, making it up to 200 PV, can come from your customers. So obviously, if you're someone who's wanting to be a product of the product, 40 PV is easy. It's just 1 bottle of Pro Tandem. But for most of us, we're buying, you know, NRF1, NRF2, probiotic, sometimes skincare, sometimes hair care, the Omegas, you know, all sorts of different products as well. So the 40 PV is very, very easy to hit yourself. And then encouraging you to have the 200 PV for full commissions is just what is the mindset that we try and create right from the start, so that you know that you're always going to be guaranteed your full commissions if you're reaching that 200 PV. The other thing I will say there is, no, I won't, because I've forgotten it. Let's go to the next one, which is our mindset on our, so the 5 for 500 that I just spoke about. A lot of people will try and push for that 1 distributor and, you know, the 5 preferred customers each and every single month. And that's what's setting the tone for your business. And there's some training that we've got from Tara Wilson, which is a 1 a month, enroll 1 a month, which is distributors enrolling 1 distributor every month you know, for 12 months and what that can create for your business. And if you duplicate that through your team, so you enroll one and then your team enroll one every single month, how big your team can get very quickly if you know, took that on and was someone that used that as your goal. And you can go and watch that training on our YouTube channel. So always looking for one distributor every month and 4 or 5 customers every month is always going to guarantee that your business is, you know, is set every single month. You're not going to be missing out on commissions. You won't have to be worrying about, oh my gosh, did this person's credit card decline, or what happened to this person's order because I've lost my 200 PV. You won't have to worry about any of that if you've got that mindset of having one distributor every month coming through your organization, or trying to at least, you know, and then the 5 preferred customers. We call them PCs. So as I mentioned before, events are a really big thing we need to be plugging into, and they are essential for our business and our business growth. So it's no different to any other job. You can't just walk into a job and think that you can do it without learning it correctly. You've got to be there every single day, learning the ropes of that job for you to get good at it. And this business is no different. So plugging into events is what helps us to grow our business on a daily basis. So every day, I don't know if you're someone who likes to read or listen to podcasts, or you may be someone that would prefer an audio in your car when you're driving. Whatever it is, plugging into something on a daily basis is a must. And there is a lot of trainings you can go and look at on our YouTube channel. We have a Global Biohackers YouTube channel. We also are a part of a team called Team Ignite, and they have a massive YouTube channel as well. There's many different people within our company who have got really good YouTube channels that you can go and just search and watch some of their stuff, or be listening to it even though it's a video. And I used to do this a lot when I was cooking dinner at night. My girls would be reading to each other or having a bath, or because when I started this business, my girls were quite young. And so that was my time to listen to a half an hour audio of something, or video while I was stirring the dinner, you know, cooking the dinner. So find that time within your day where you can commit to at least half an hour of personal development, whether that's learning the products, doing some mindset training, learning from a top enroller in the company, learning from someone in the industry about why this industry is so good and why it works so well. All of that sort of thing is what you can be plugging into essentially to help your business grow. And those training calls every Tuesday night are a must, as I said. We do Zooms usually on a Thursday, which is, we did one last night with Talita. She actually did one for us with Candice Foy last night on mental health. That was in our Global Biohackers community group, which was a really good training. I highly recommend you go over and watch that and tag your people in it if they're in our group. And then, yeah, obviously online events that we get from corporate. At the start of every year, we have a Leadership Academy event, which happens down on the Gold Coast. And that's something that we always work towards as well for incentives and prizes and things. Now, this business, just like any business or anything in life, it has challenges. And those challenges are what help us to grow. They don't always have to be, yes, they may set us back for a little bit, but they are also what help us to learn what we need to do to grow within this business. And if you're someone who's immersed in, you know, creating that personal development for yourself, or you're someone who enjoys personally growing yourself, the challenges are always, you'll look at them as some way that is a lesson for you to learn to be able to use and grow further. So we always say that it's not an easy ride, just like childbirth is not an easy ride, but it was worth it, right? So I look at it in that way. It's the same sort of scenario. This business has challenges. It's not an easy ride, just like pregnancy is just not an easy ride for some people, but it's worth it because the end result of what you do is always paying off those dividends of all the work that you've done. And so don't look at this as some sort of get rich quick 12 month to 2 year thing. Like, it's not for everyone. That's not the case. And unless you're someone who's highly influential or you've got a really good following on social media, that's usually not the case. Look at it as something, I would even say, as a 3 to 5 year plan. And 3 to 5 year plans, have you done those before with yourself and your family? Have you and your hubby or your partner or wife or whoever, have you guys made up 3 to 5 year plans in your life before ever? If not, this could be a really good one that you do. And they say that in the network marketing profession, once you've done this business for 7 years, you have become a network marketing professional. 1 year to go for me. I wouldn't say I'm a professional, that's for sure. But that's their rule, right? That's the way that they run it. And Eric Worre, who's a really good guy to follow. So Eric Worre, Worre, he's the one that has created, you know, basically that 7 years to become a profession type scenario. He has it in his book called GoPro. If you haven't read that book or heard about that book, please go and listen to it or read it. It's a very good one for when you're starting out in network marketing. There's another one called, I think it's Your First Year in Network Marketing. That's a really good book as well, if you haven't read that one or looked at that one yet either. But the biggest thing with these types of businesses is you can just fluff about with it, and it's not going to go very far if you do. But this is why they say that, oh, those businesses or that industry doesn't work, because most people are fluffing about with it because they don't treat it like a business. Now, treating it like a hobby means you'll get paid like it's a hobby, which is, I mean, you look at, I'm not going to downgrade Avon or Mary Kay, and they're different to what we do, but they're party plan, right? And most people that do those types of businesses are doing it as a hobby because their kids have grown up, they want something to do on their weekends, or they're looking for an extra stream of income that doesn't interfere with what they already do. And they just think, oh, I'll just do something at night when the family's asleep, or, you know, when they don't need me. And so they're treating that like a bit of a hobby that they just dip into. And so, but when you look at network marketing, which is what we are in, which is different to party plan, they're all under a direct sales banner, but they work in a different way. And when you're looking at network marketing, if you want this to work, you have to treat it like a business. So you get up and you do the hours in the business just like you would going to work. Now, the hours in the business for these types of business models doesn't mean it has to be 9 to 5. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's about having those set hours, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, half an hour, whatever it is within the day that you can do this. It's about setting those hours and sticking to them and being really, routine like with those hours. So that's where you're treating it like a business. You get up, you do what you need to do. So I know, some of us, we get up and we have our routine. So the routine might be you listen to maybe a meditation or a podcast of some sort, and then you go do some exercise, and then you do 2 hours of speaking to people, following up with people, a social media post, and I'll go through that a bit later on. But they might be the hours that you've set as your daily method of operation that you then use on a daily basis, which helps you get paid like a business because you're treating it that way in those daily methods that you're doing. Does that make sense? So this is where make it habitual, make it a routine that you do this on a daily basis, even if it's 5 days a week, do it on a daily basis for 5 days a week, but have a daily method of operation that you follow, because that's where you're setting the tone for this to be treated like a proper business. Even if you're someone who, for a very long time, even when I didn't have to put a tax return in for this business, I still did my tax on an Excel spreadsheet because I was trying to treat it like a business. It was part of me trying to set that up in my mindset that, okay, I've spent this money, it needs to go through my business account, or I've done this and it needs to be put on my tax return, and those sorts of things. And obviously, once you get to the stage where you have an ABN, you are treating it like a business at that stage. But in the meantime, until you get to that point, just have those habitual ways that you plug in every single day with this business, so it is treated like a business, and it will grow. It will get to the point that over and over, you doing those habitual daily methods will actually help it grow and compound. So I don't know if you guys have read The Compound, is it The Compound Effect? I'm trying to think of the book. And that really teaches you that what you do on a daily basis will compound and over time give you those results you're looking for. So the other thing I wanted to say, and I say this because I was one of these people, no question is too silly. I was someone when I first started this business that I would ask probably 10 questions a day to my upline about something I wanted to learn, because I was so eager to learn. I was very immersed in what we were learning, and I really wanted to make sure I knew everything to a certain degree. And she would say to me, no questions too silly, just ask me anything and everything. So I did. And she was like, oh my God, Janelle talks to me all day. Like she was just at that point that she's like, she took that very seriously. But I'm saying the same thing to you. If your upline or your enroller could not answer you with a question because either their time zone's different, they were asleep at the time, they may not know the answer, whatever the scenario is, come to someone like myself or Jill or Talita and ask us the question, and we can be there to answer it for you, because that help and support is what's going to make you feel like you are worthy of doing this, or that you can do this. You feel like you can if you get those questions answered. But if you're sitting there in the background going, shit, I don't know how to do this, or I don't even know what I'd say to this person, and you don't actually say to us, can you help me with a script right now, or what would you say in this situation, or whatever it might be. If you don't come and ask us those questions, how are you ever going to find out? And if you don't come and ask us and you don't find out, you start creating the fear within yourself, and that fear stops you from doing the action. So more fear creates less action. And we want you to be in action mode on a daily basis. So to do that, you need to be asking the questions, getting the answers you need, taking the action that you need of your DMO, which I'll show you your DMO soon, and then obviously putting that into place. And then coming back to us if you're feeling like it's not working, and we can tweak it for you. So another part of this business is the motivation journey. And this is something we learned from James Yates. And it's something that we really resonate with as the leaders of Global Biohackers. We really resonate with understanding how this works, because most of us have been through this little dip and high that you can see here on the screen. So these are our phases of competency. And when you first start out in a business, you're usually unconsciously incompetent. You have no idea what you're doing, but you don't care. It just sounds freaking amazing. You love the products. You want to talk to everyone about them. The compensation plan sounds really good. You get to work your own hours and choose your own time. You're like, yes, I'm just going to do this. I don't even care what people say. I'm just going to get out there and talk to everyone. I'm going to go and talk to many people as possible, and I'm just going to do it. And my upline will help me, I'm sure. And you're incompetent, with what you're doing. But it's what we call ignorance on fire, because it works, because your energy, your excitement, your energy, your motivation is high. And that's what people feel. You know, people don't really care that you don't know all the answers, but if they feel that you're excited about this and that you're really someone they're like, oh my God, she really loves this, you know, maybe I should listen. And it starts to create this where they start to buy into what you're saying because of your energy. So then we go through the second phase of what this can create though, and that's where you're consciously incompetent, because you're like, oh, I don't know that much. Oh shit, maybe I said that wrong. And you start to question yourself, and you start to think to yourself, what if my upline don't like what I said there? Or you start to overthink, you start to downgrade yourself. You start to feel unworthy because you're thinking, well, I don't know how much she knows, and here I am talking to all these people. What do I know? Like, why am I doing this? You know, and you start to question yourself and get doubt in your mind. And we've all been through that stage. That's where that big drop happens in that phase 2. You can see it there. In that phase, when that happens, you need to be letting your upline know to either kick you up the butt and let's keep going, I'm going to show you how, or you need to let us know that you're feeling really flat right now on what else can we do, just to tweak a few things to sort of get you back into the groove again. Because if some people like that big kick up the butt, or as we say, throw them in the pool, you know, some people like that, where you throw them in the deep end again and they've just got to go. And other people need that gentle encouragement. And so whatever way works for you is, I love my Canadians answer. They were like, I want you to kick me up the butt, but I really don't want you to kick me up the butt. That was their answers to me when I asked them this at the start. And I was like, right, I know exactly what I need to do, because it's hard to be pushed like that, you know, and it's not like we're pushing aggressively. It's just we're trying to encourage you in a better way. But when you look at phase 3 and you're becoming consciously competent, you start to build that confidence again in yourself, and you start to go, oh yeah, I do know that. And that's what she taught me, you know, a couple of months ago, and now it's clicked, you know, and all of those sorts of things start to come through. And so that consciously competent person starts to become that leader, and they start to become someone who really understands their own posture, their own confidence. What people say doesn't affect them as much. If it's a no or a not right now, people, you know, it doesn't affect you as much. You don't get hit by it as hard, because you know that you're consciously starting to become competent in what you're doing, and they know less about this than what you do, and you understand that. So sometimes we get into our heads where we go, oh, that person really put me down and I don't know if I can do this anymore because that hurt. But if you're at that stage where you go, well, the only reason they put me down is because they don't know enough about this like I do. And you start to become aware of that, and you start to go, well, I know more about this than them, so their words aren't going to affect me because they don't even know what I know. You don't know what you don't know until you know. That's what my partner Tim tells me all the time. You don't know what you don't know until you know. So you've got to let people know what you know. So it's one of those things where it's just gently encouraging people. This is why we say, you know, it could be 12 touches 12 times that you talk to someone before they go, oh, and it really clicks with them. Or it could be the timing becomes right. You know, you might have talked 10 times before, and on time 11, the timing's right because something in their life has changed, or things have, you know, shifted in their sort of scenarios, and they go, now I understand, or now I want to take on what you're saying. And that's in that consciously competent phase. And then we get to the unconsciously competent, where it's like riding a bike. We just know how to do it. We just do every single day. The cycle just keeps turning. We are, you know, confident, and we have posture, and we are able to just move through the times, whether there's ups or downs, hard times or low time, or good times and bad times. We can just move through that because we understand that that's the way that it works. Sorry, my kids are here. What is it, girls? Yeah, go and get the rock melon out of the fridge. Yeah, shut the door, please. Anyway, so moving on. Did that make sense to everyone? I can't even see the chat right now, but I'm going to have a look in a minute. Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to briefly go into our why, because I know that time is ticking on. So I would love you to just write down, get yourself a journal, some sort of, look at this one that my friend Karen Murphy bought for me one day. Make today your bitch. And to me, that's the one that I write my why stuff in, because I look at that and go, you know, like it just speaks to me, you know. So find your favorite journal, something that you love, that you like to just write in, you know, or you like to just jot things down in, and start writing in that why you are doing this business or why you want to do this business. Be really specific with yourself. You know, for me at the start, it was, I guess, quite materialistic stuff in certain ways. Like I wanted to bring Tim home, my partner, I wanted to bring him home from mining, but I also wanted to, you know, help pay off the house and to buy more clothes and get the kids in a really good school, and, you know, be comfortable with dining out without having to try and, you know, find money. It's just, we can just go out because we love to, and, you know, all of those sorts of things. I wrote down very specifics on why I was doing this business. Some other ones were things like, I would love to give my family 20 grand each for Christmas. Like, how cool would that be? 10 grand each for Christmas, because they're all broke. I'd love to just go down there and say, here, put this on your house, or go buy some Christmas presents with this. So all of those reasons, however they affect you, make them affect you emotionally. Like, what is it that hits you in the heart when you think about why you're doing this business? Like, why, honestly, when someone showed this to you, why did you even look at it? Like, write that down as your starting point. And then go, okay, deeper, but why? And but why again? And do it like for 7 layers. Do the but why am I doing this for 7 times, 7 layers. And what that will actually help you understand is why you have an emotional connection to wanting to build this business no matter what people say to you, and wanting to build this business no matter how hard it gets. And in the hard times, when it does get hard, if you've shared your why with your upline, your sponsor, whoever you want to share it with, whoever you feel comfortable sharing it with, they can remind you of why you started this. And that's what will help you put you back on track to then keep running within the business when it is hard. No, not for now. In a minute. So, yeah, so make sure that you're writing down, you know, go deeper 7 times over as to why you are doing this business in the hard times, what's going to drive you. Because we as your leaders can only motivate you so much. There's only so much we can do that will push you to want to take the action. but it's your own why and your emotional connection to that why that will always push you further. It's no different to when you think about the kids and why you get up and do the things you do for the kids every day. It's because you love them, right? And it's because they need you. You're their person. So make it as deep as possible. Have that emotional attachment. If the emotional attachment is income, like if you wanted to make an extra $2,000 a month, what would you spend it on? You could write that down as well. That's more of a materialistic one, but there's almost goals and there's visions, and they work differently, but they sort of intertwine with each other. And our goals are quite materialistic or external, and our vision is very internally driven by the emotion. And so have both of those. Like it could take you a couple of hours to write this stuff out. And you may tweak it in a month's time or 6 months time. I've tweaked mine over and over again. And it's always going to change the more you evolve in the business as well. Can you leave, please, Dad? Shut the door. Okay, so next I want to talk about the code training. If you haven't heard about the code training yet, this is something where you can go and learn all the stuff that I'm teaching you, but you can learn it at your own pace. So it's a self-paced training platform that we have as a team, and it's called The Code. So www.thecodetraining.com, you can go there, and I highly recommend in your first week or two of your business, like starting from today, in the next 2 weeks, watch the first 2 to 3 modules. So from this, you'll learn how you can create a database of names of people you want to talk to first. And I always just say, write down the first 20 that come to mind, the 10 people you care about the most, and the 10 people you see as the most influential people in your life. Write those names down first and start there with inviting those people to look at something. It may be that those 10 people on your influential list are your chicken list. We call them a chicken list. And those chicken list people can be really hard to reach out to, but they also might be your biggest business builders. So, this is where we can help you to learn how to invite those people to look at something, or leave them at the back of your list for now. And they can be, once you've got a bit more confidence, once you become competently competent, you can then start to talk to those people then. And so there's a memory jogger you can go off if you need to. I can show you where that memory jogger is. That just jogs your memory about all the people you know in your life. Now, when I first started in this business, I was told to write down 200 names. And for a lot of people, that can be quite overwhelming to write down 200 names straight off the bat. Most people can write down 50. But the memory jogger helps you to write down your old hairdresser, the guy at the petrol station that used to fill up your petrol, like the people you don't even think about. That's what the memory jogger is all about. And it's usually in our books. It's on our team group in Facebook and things like that. So if you don't know where that is, let us know and we can show you where that is. Then have a goal for yourself. This is one of those goals that you can write down in your why section, is how many people would you like to have in your team in the first 90 days of your business? How many distributors would you like to have, and how many customers would you like to have in your first 90 days? And that can help you determine who you talk to first, or who you talk to with your upline helping you, with your sponsor helping you, who we actually approach first, depending on what your goals are in that first 90 days. And then what you want to do is set up your first 1 to 2 launch events, whether they're online events through a Zoom, which I've done. We've done those many a times. And when I had my Canadian team first starting out, that's all we did, because I live in Australia, obviously. So all of their launch meetings were all online Zoom meetings. Or you can do home meetings if your area is not locked down. And you can do home meetings and have people come over. I'm just going to shut my door. Homeschooling. So in the code, in the code, there is a section called the invite, and you can go and look at this in module 3. And this gives you some really good ideas about scripts and different ideas on how to invite. And when I say scripts, I don't mean you have to copy it word for word. It's just giving you an idea of how you can use the words they've put into a script for you to effectively invite your people based on how you would usually talk to them. So people can quite clearly see the way I talk is not the way most scripts are. And it's quite different depending on Americans to Australians and how we actually talk in our, in our language, in messages or on voice messages and things like that. So that's a really good one to just learn a bit from. We also have invite scripts in our GB team group. You can go over there and read our scripts that we have, which are more, you know, Jill created a lot of those, and they're incredible scripts that can be used and tweaked to suit your needs as well. And if you need extra help on this, obviously, we are always here. This is what we're here for. So, you know, anytime you're inviting people, put them in a three-way chat with us, or let us help you to talk to those people, to give them the information, because they see someone that's not you as the expert most of the time. And that's that third-party validation. Oh, why is this not working? Oh, there we go. I'm going to get into some app training. Well, I was going to get into some app training, but we are going like quite over time. So with the app training, has anyone downloaded the app or hasn't downloaded the app? Right, I'd love you to download it right now if you can. Let me just, oh, why is this not working? Oh, I've lost my mouse. Here we go. So the app training is something that we can use and utilize really well for our business. And many people have built really effective businesses just by using their phone and their app. And so let me just stop sharing. See if I can share this. Are you being nice out there, Zoe? Oh, I'll be out soon, I promise. I'll be out soon. All right. Oh, what happened? Oh. So if everyone's got their app open, hopefully you do. Can you see my screen? Awesome. So within our app, I just want to show you this. We use a system called the ITT, and the process we go through in the app is this process you can see here on the screen. So, I mean, you don't have to take a screenshot or anything of this, but this process is something that has been set up through our company, and it's something that we now use to train everyone with in the ITT system. So it's I is invite, T is for team, and T is for tool, and then the next T is for team. And this is just what you do over and over and over again in your ITT to get your person to the point where they're ordering, or they're becoming a distributor, or they just say, no, not right now. And then you go on to the next person. That's what ITT is all about. And with the ITT, we like to give people a goal. So you might be someone who's a walker with their ITT. You may only talk to 25 people a month. If you're someone who wants to run in this business, you need to be a runner or a sprinter. You need to be talking to, you know, over 60 people on a monthly basis to be someone who's growing quite fast, unless you're very influential and everyone you talk to signs up within their first time you talk to them, which is not the ideal. That doesn't usually happen. So that's the ideal, but it doesn't usually happen. And so within the app, there's different sections that will make you go to. So the little button at this bottom, this plus down the bottom in the middle, is where you can do all the different things for yourself after you've logged in. So just make sure you've logged into your screen, and then you're on the screen where your little, these are called your flashcards or cards, pop up. And those cards will actually tell you what you're doing within the app. But if you click on that little button at the bottom, you've got all the different things you can do here on the screen. So I suggest first and foremost is to add your prospects. So you can click up the top like I've just done, and you can either import them from your contact list, which is a really good idea because you'll start to have people in there from your contact list. Or if you're just talking to someone that day and you want to add someone manually, you can just add someone manually as well. Once you've added your people into the contacts, I wonder if this has got contacts in it. This is a corporate one, corporate sign in. So once you've got people in there, you can then share the cart with them if you want to share the cart with them. So you can, if you need to click new, which is up in the top right-hand corner, you can click on that and add the product, or you can change the market. If they're from a different market, you can do that first and then add the product. So I was talking to a friend in the UK the other day. I could go to UK or just say it was Canada. I'll just click on Canada right there. I can click on the add product section. I could select what products they're needing. Just say it was this conditioner. Top right hand corner it says add, and you just add that in, subscribe and save, and then it should take you to the screen where it's come up within that screen there, and you can save that cart for the future use, and then you can attach that cart for the person. So they've got some test people in here, as you can see, and you can just add it in. You can click on the person's name, click next, and then that just sends them the cart and they're ready to order. It's very easy to do. So that's one way you can utilize the app very easily. What I will say though is that when you're adding your prospects in, hang on, just say I want to add, I'm just going to add Jill's name in here. So just say I want to add Jill into here, right? All of her details have come out of my phone. I added her manually. They've come out of my phone. You can see here it says what her interest level is. Is she a new prospect? So I can click on that and I can say she's a new prospect, hasn't seen a single thing at all. She's started someone I've started a conversation with, or she needs more information. So you can click any of those. I'll just say conversation started. And then there's a section here that says show advanced settings. And what you add there is you add your interest for that person, because when you're adding the interest for the person, which is a really vital thing you need to do, that's when the app can tell you or show you what to do next for these people. So it basically tells you what to do every step of the way. Once you've added someone in, you've added their interest in, it'll then say, like tomorrow, has Jill ordered this product, or what does Jill need to know next? Do you want to send her a video? It actually prompts you over and over again so that it's doing the work for you. It cuts your work hours in half because you're able to utilize the app's brain to know how it needs to help you work with these people. So just say she was looking at the business. So I'll just click on business. I can add another interest, which is she's looking at Protandim. So I can click that as well. Then you want to scroll down and click on next. Do you know Jillian personally? So you want to put in here, yes, you do, or no, you were introduced, because that also determines the way that the app sends you a text. So if you said, no, I was introduced, it won't be, hey, Jillian, like here's an extra cart for you. I want to share this video with you, because you don't really know the person, and the app now knows that. So it'll say, hi, my name's Janelle. I'm, referred to you by your friend, and it will start going into a different type of text for you. And it sets that up for you within the text messages that you can send out to these people as a reminder. So I can say, sure do, add prospect. And then she'll come up here on the screen. And this is where you can start, putting things in as well. So you started a conversation with Jill, and are they open to taking control of their life? So you can, or health or life, you can click yes, you can click check back with them later, they've already purchased, or no, they're not interested. This is critical in the app helping you what to do next with this person. So if I said yes, it will then prompt me tomorrow, like it prompts you now as well, but it will prompt me tomorrow to actually send another follow-up video or to touch base again and those sorts of things. But because I've said yes, it says, do you want to send her a first touch video? Do you want to send them a cart, an enrollment? Oh, Tim's trying to call me. And all of those sorts of things. So this section here of making sure you set your contact up correctly each and every time in the app is critical to the app helping you how to build your business correctly every single time. Does that make sense? I'm not going to go any more into the app than that. I just wanted to make sure you knew that your contacts need to be put in there properly. And then up here, you can even do things like, see this section where it says follow up. Or you can click on activity. Like if I click on follow up, it will give me my calendar. And it pops, oh, where did it go? My calendar pops up, and it pops up all the different things in here. So I can use my iPhone calendar to follow up with Jill. Like it actually goes across to your calendar and does that for you. If I clicked on the activity, it shows me what Jill's, all the different times I've spoken to her would go in here. So I can see, when was the last time we spoke? What did we speak about? All of those sorts of things. If I clicked on info, it shows me all of her details again. I can add notes in, which I highly recommend people do, because that's how you can tell yourself how you've spoken to that person, what type of person they are, how many kids they have, whatever, just so it prompts you as to who they are again. Because once you use this over and over again, you're not going to remember who you put in. So the notes is really good just to prompt you, just like you would in an Excel spreadsheet or your notebook. You can message them from here. You can call them from here. And yeah, there's many different prompts you can use. If you needed to go into your library, this library down the bottom, this shows us where all of our videos are. So you can use these little tabs at the top to help you click through where to find them. So if you want a customer video, you can go here. If you want a form, like this form shows you what all of our prices are in Australia, you can go there. If you need a training video, you can click on here and watch all these trainings. There's some trainings from our latest people in America. Curiosity, these are ones here you can watch or use. Some of these are pictures that you can download, which you can use on social media. My gosh, you can spend hours with this sort of thing. And as I said, I'm not going to go through any more of that with you. I was going to do it step by step, but just for time's sake, we're not going to. So let me just stop sharing the screen. So I want to quickly just, I can't even see everyone. Is everyone on here? I just want to quickly let you meet our leaders. You've already met me, Janelle. So I don't need to go through any more about who I am or what I do, but I just want to let you know I am here for support. Hey. And I'm someone that can help you, whenever someone else isn't around, or if you need me to help with something, or if you like my personality and want me to chat to your people, let me know and I can help you out as well. I'm going to put you on to Jill while I sort my kids out, and she's going to introduce herself, let her know a bit about her so that you guys know who she is as well. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nell. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. And thank you to Janelle for all of that great info. This was a really great summary of just, a lot of key things that are important to our business and expectations and all the rest of it. And over the coming weeks, we've actually got 3 trainings that are going to dive deep into some really big strategies to help you to grow as well. So be sure to plug in. A little about myself. I'm in Yeppoon and Capricorn Coast. I know that I have met everyone that's on this call today. So for those who are watching the replay, if you don't know me, I'm a Pro 6 with the company, been with LifeVantage for 5.5 years now. And, I got involved because of the products. I just loved them. I used them for myself and I shared them with a couple of friends who had some incredible results, some family member who had amazing results. And so naturally they wanted to share with others and the business grew from there. But if I can give you just one tip today and, moving forward in your business, is that you have to start somewhere. And because this is all about launching, like Janelle talked about today, sometimes that fear can hold us stuck in place for a little bit, and it stops us from moving forward. And that first step can be the hardest, reaching out to people for that first time. But it's like riding a bike. Once you start to get the feel for it, it becomes easier and easier. And then you think, how could I ever not have known how to do this? So get out there, start sharing, just practice on a couple of people and tell them, look, I'm sharing something for the first time. And, I am a little bit nervous, and being vulnerable, people can relate to that because they'll have those fears as well if they have to go and share. And so just be that little bit vulnerable, ask them to have a look at the information and then connect them with that third party or pop them into the group to see, all of the information there. Let the facts in the group do the work. You are just the messenger. You're not the message. So you don't have to share all the information. Connect them to the information. That's the way to do it. So I'm really excited to see you all on here, and I'm really, really excited to see you all launch your businesses. I'm going to hand straight to Talita because I can see her there and she can introduce herself. Thanks, Talita.
Hey everyone, so lovely to meet you. I've been in LifeVantage for over 4 years. I'm a mum of 3 boys, and this journey has been an amazing experience because when you start, you really don't know if it's going to work, right? But you do believe in the products. The vision is incredible. And that is where you start doing the work, and if you believe that this can help other people, if you know that the business potentially can change your family's life, is the time you spend in this business worth it? And that's the question you ask yourself every time when things are hard and when things get tough. Think forward into the vision of what this could be for your family, because that's what I did. When I joined, my son had health issues. He has ADHD and epilepsy. We wanted to help support his journey. And then also I could see the vision of how this could help other people, how it could help the mum friends around me. But as I started sharing, I connected people to Jillian at the time because I didn't know what to say. All I knew was that I was excited, that I wanted to share with people. I didn't know exactly what to say. And after that process, Jill started being the third party and being the support in the journey that I had. One of the big things that I can really recommend you do is do not judge anyone. You know, we don't know what's going on in other people's lives. We don't know how they're coping with everything going on at the moment, how they're, finding ways to find different things that will help their health and their energy and even income. Some people are looking for an opportunity, and if you don't share it with them, who is? Because I can guarantee you, if you don't share it, they will talk to someone else, and someone else is going to share something with them. It may not be LifeVantage, it may be something else, but the thing is it's not your job to decide for people. It's your job to share and be passionate about it. And absolutely, I will talk later about ADHD and epilepsy, but for my son, it's been the difference between not coping with life to actually focusing more at school, sleeping better. I can definitely recommend NRF1 and 2 because mitochondria is a massive difference in support with epilepsy. It's actually a dysfunctional mitochondrial disease. So that's just the experiences that we have had so far with my son. But in that vision, at the beginning, I didn't know that was going to happen. I just believed that something somewhere needed to change. And I stepped into that vision. I kept my focus. I kept being consistent. And that's another thing that's really important is if you don't jump in and be connected with the team calls or at least on a weekly basis, connect with your upline and then weekly share with people. You know, it's okay. Sometimes things come up and you don't get to share that week or the next week, but at least every month, you know, because in the end of the day, the longer that you're out of the game, the harder it is to get back in the game. But 4 years down the track, it has given my family the freedom to start dreaming again. So for us, we're looking to go traveling next year, and that is all because of LifeVantage. So if you have a vision for your family, then know that LifeVantage can be the vehicle, but you have to do the work. So looking forward to supporting you all. Please reach out personally if you wanted to talk about specific things. But as a team and a collective, we're here to work together. It takes many people to make a team and a team great. So don't think that your part and who you are is not, it doesn't fit into who we are, because we need every single person who are unique. They've got their own skills and their own abilities to give to this team. So if you guys see something that you can help in this area, like maybe the community group, or you've got a training that you'd love to share with people, jump on and let us know, because stepping out into leadership means actually experiencing and doing the things that you love and making them great and helping other people with your skills. So thank you so much, Janelle. It was a great first training. I'm actually going to just quickly mention at the end of this that our next week's call, which is going to be ITT, has been shifted to the Saturday. Now, I'm going to make the flyer today because we were supposed to jump on the Friday and I was going to teach you ITT, but we have a very, very special training done by Sarah Harding and Clinton Boyles, which is both elites in our company. They have actually offered their time to train us on the ITT system and also how to build online and offline. Because we know that this business isn't just about online building or offline building, it's about just being flexible. And so both these amazing people are the best in their skills. Sarah Harding actually helped develop the app, and she's also the one who brought in the ITT system into LifeVantage. So we are privileged to have her, the creator of ITT, train us on the system, and her wording is just incredible. Tessa, yes, it's the same time, so to be actually an hour earlier, so 9 a.m. Queensland. So that'll be everyone just an hour earlier. So I'm going to create the flyer so we can let you all know. Make sure you get your teams on and just learn the expectations from the elites. These people are incredible. Yep. Thanks, Tessa. Yep. So New Zealand, and I know it's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. EST time in the US, and then it'd be 11 a.m. New Zealand time. But yeah, so excited. So Saturday next week, change your dates to Saturday, because I want everyone on this call as much as possible, because you're not going to learn it from anyone better than Sarah Harding and Clinton Ball, and they're giving their time to us. So if you can clear your schedule for at least 2 hours, I reckon, because they are going to go in depth. They are going to answer all your questions, and that's just going to be amazing.
Yes, I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, I've learned from Clinton for a long time. He's been in the business like forever, longer than me, and that's ancient. So
Yeah.
he's such a good, he's a really good trainer. Sarah Harding, we know, is epic with what she does with the app and with the ITT system. And so this is going to be jam-packed training that we are going to all learn from. Even myself, I'm going to learn so much from it, I bet, because she's just incredible. So I wanted to just show you last things is we have a YouTube channel. If you don't know that we have a Global Biohackers YouTube channel. And in that YouTube channel, I have the LifeVantage app training that I've created a playlist for. There's 2 trainings in there. If you need to learn more about the app before next Saturday, or you want to just learn, go to the recent one that I've just put in there, which is Sarah Harding's one. She's the one that's going to be training us next Saturday, and she's got some training in that app. It's a 40-minute training. The first part you can sort of skip. It's just her flopping about with a phone for the first sort of 5 minutes. But then, you know, watch the middle part of that training, because she really helps you set up how this app can work at its absolute best for you. So you're not having to flop about remembering who you've talked to in the last week or two. It's just, she just knows how to make sure that's set up right, so that the app is prompting you on a daily basis for your people. So that's in our Global Biohackers YouTube channel, if you didn't know that we had one. If you don't know where to find that, let us know and we can show you. Thank you so much, ladies, Jill and Talita, for jumping on and introducing yourself again. And these ladies are amazing leaders. I cannot wait for you guys to be working closer with them. And please let us know if you need some more support. We're all here for you. And we will see you guys next Saturday, 9 a.m. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.